you have been following my story for a while, you understand I'm actually telling my true life story. And believe me, this is not the kind of story or this is not the kind of experience I would wish for my fellow woman. But let's continue with my story, part 5. I was waiting desperately for the 1-year mark so I could visit the doctor again. Why? Because my ex-husband had fully turned against me. He was pointing fingers at me, telling me that the problem was me, that I have health issues, that I have infection, that is why I could not conceive. I looked at him and one day and asked what makes you think that you're okay? And without blinking, he replied, I checked myself, I am fine. Nothing is wrong with me. That was exactly what he responded. I couldn't just understand, I couldn't just place it. Then I asked him again, where is the test result? Let me see. And guess what? He couldn't provide Finally, 1 year passed. I met with Dr. Tochukwu and they asked me a series of questions and I answered everything truthfully. Then the doctor said, come back with your husband so I can examine both of you. I will send you to LabBrad, a well-equipped facility at Photo Junction for proper tests. I went home excited that we were finally making progress. But guess what? When I told my husband exactly what the doctor said, he refused to go with me. He refused to see the doctor. He refused to go for the test. He refused to be examined. Instead, one random morning, while I was at work, he called and said, let's go somewhere. I was surprised because I haven't gotten that kind of call from him before. Then I hurriedly took permission from my boss and met up with him. But instead of him taking me to LabBrad, he drove me to a different facility called Caretaker at Omanu, Port Harcourt. I was shocked. Why are we here? This place doesn't even have our medical history. I said to him. But guess his response? They are all the same. Wow. Wow. Just wow. My head started spinning. I immediately sensed something was off. Was he hiding something from me? Did he already know he had a medical condition? Was this his way of covering up the truth? Like, I couldn't just place it. Even the lab scientist attending to us that very day was looking very nervous. Everything about that place felt staged. But I decided to play along. I didn't want him to accuse me of being the problem. So the lab scientist asked me to explain everything. I told him all my struggles, my pain, and the challenges I was facing. Then he said, we need to run some tests on you. Okay, no problem. I agree. Then I asked one question that shook my ex-husband. What about him? Won't you test him too? It takes 2 people to make a child, isn't it? My ex-husband felt displeased, like it was all over his face. He was not happy with that question I asked. But he saw how upset I was, so he reluctantly agreed. When it was time to pay, the total cost for the test was 30,000 naira. And guess what my ex-husband told me? You will bring half of the money because the problem is from you. Yes, he had me right. That was exactly what he said. I couldn't believe it. My own husband, the man who should support me, the man who should stand by me. He looked me in the eyes and said I should pay for my own problem. How is it my problem safe to even start with? Out of my NYSC allowance, I coughed out 15,000 and paid. I asked the lab guy when the result will be ready and he said 1 week. 1 week? I was like, how? What kind of test takes 1 week to come out? I was suspicious. Something was not just right, honestly. So when the 1 week finally passed, I was supposed to go and collect the result as we agreed. But before I could even get there, my ex-husband had gone ahead of me to collect it without me. I was surprised. Was he trying to hide something from me? Was he tampering with the result? What was he so afraid of? Everything about this appointment was suspicious. My heart started racing. What was he hiding? Watch out for the next part. Please don't forget to like, follow my page and share. Bye for now.